All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Single to be single or not to be single? That is the question. I personally think we were put here to be coupled up with someone. But I also understand how society works where sometimes single is a better option. You see, you may be a bad picker of persons. Now, in my time, have been a bad picker of persons. I'm not gonna lie. There was a time where I was a bad picker of persons because I just stopped at looks. I went through that phase. There was a time when I thought, treat a lady, court a lady right, and you know, then she'll see she's serious. Then she'll see you're serious, and then she'll reciprocate. That doesn't happen anymore. So went through that phase. Uh, there was a time where women approached me with this specific want of let's be cut buddies, and let's just say they wanted more than that after that, and that didn't work out well. And there was a time when I didn't want to be involved with women, and I made it adamant, and that's probably the time when I had more women trying to approach me and talk to me because I was like, and it was just something about that. It's like, but you want to be with me, right? Like, no. But dealing with people of the opposite sex, I realized most people want to be with somebody, but most people are not honest enough to say it. But a lot of times, it's not that people want to be with somebody, they want to be with the somebody that they want to be with. So you have an issue where you could meet somebody, they could like you, but in your mind, you still want somebody else. You might feel like you could do better. And then I've been in relationships where I felt like it was pretty cool, and I, I didn't see any problem with continuing the relationship. And just didn't work out. Things happen. That's life. But as far as being single, I think single life could either on a good note, you may need to be single to know yourself. You may need to be single to know the parameters of what you are willing to accept into your life. You may need to be alone to find out what kind of space you are and how you come across to people. You may need to be that. Now, on a bad note, you might be too comfortable getting things your way because you might not be able to compromise with people. You might not be able to negotiate. You might not be even willing to take somebody else into consideration. Now, same thing in relationships. It might be a good thing. You might be a team. You might, besides being a team, you might be able to pick up where someone left off. So you may be in constant progression because two heads are better than one. On a negative, you might have undercutting, where you know one person feels like their head is better than yours, or you might have constant mutiny, constant conflict, and you might have no peace in a situation you thought should be peaceful. So you have to weigh your options. Some of us like being single because as a guy it's more peaceful and it's cheaper. Uh, Do I know people who are in great relationships? Absolutely. Have I been in great relationships in my past? Absolutely. But I would say the majority of the women that I've met are not givers. Now, I hear women talk about all the time that they give a lot to their man, a lot of their relationships. I can't speak to that. I ain't met them kind of women. Even the nice ones, even and like, and if you ask me if I've been dating hood rats, no. Well, I did at the time, but no. Educated women, homeowners, single mothers, women with no kids. Pretty much the gist of them are selfish. You know, like master's degrees to high school diplomas. Pretty much they want to get over. You know, but that happens. But we as a society, I gotta admit, like we don't. I don't think a lot of single people want to be single, but I think a lot of people are scared to be with somebody. I think insecurity of trying to figure out if they're enough for somebody comes out with that I might be too much for you, or I might be better than you, or I might be settling for you. I think it's just backwards insecurity because a lot of times you meet people who pump themselves up. You pump yourself up too high. I'm a great catch and I'm a this and I'm a that. Well, it's not for you to say if you're a great catch or not, really. It's for the people who are around you who know you to say, you know what, that's somebody that you should talk to. A lot of times, I think what's happened is all this social media is too much eye candy for everybody. So we always think, ooh, I can get that one. Ooh, I can get that one. Ooh, I can get that one. But I remember the older method when you might meet somebody through somebody. I think that still works because they know you. They know who they're hooking you up with. They can give you insight. They can give the other person insight. All these brand new people spitting the same old tired game and rhetoric that comes out the same way. It's just the same old shit with a different face. Um, but at some point, you're gonna have to make a choice. And I think for most, because as a guy, we losing too much. You know, as far as on the back end, we losing too much. We putting out too much. And I'm not talking about like sorry guys. Sorry guys are they winning with women because women make many excuses for them. But guys who are not sorry, guys who are good guys, are not winning enough because women are not making those guys their priority. And I think that the same goes with good women. I think good women are not winning enough because guys are not making them a priority. You know, I think one's drowned. I think both is drowned out by the other. Like most women will go, oh, I'm using extreme. Most women will be like, all men are dogs, all men are cheaters, all men ain't no good. So even if they meet a good guy, their mind is still on the dog, cheater, no good. So that's how they gonna act until they run the good guy off. And they might keep the bad guy because since all men are liars and cheaters and no good, then it might fit the profile of what they think a man is, so they willing to accept that. And I think the flip side works uh, women. Every woman says she's a good woman and a good catch, and she talks up that herself and why she's the one. And you keep meeting women who say one thing, and then you get to know them, you're like, you sorry. So when a guy hears, oh, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm blah blah blah, he who finds a wife finds, like, oh, I heard that shit already. And the last 37 people who said that shit was sorry as hell. So I think the game on both sides is too much. Now, like I said before, to be single is a good thing. To be compatible with somebody is a good thing. I don't necessarily see either one as bad, you know. Uh, but I still don't think we're meant to be here alone. Like I really don't believe that. I really think it's a tragedy when you live your life and you never had somebody who cared about you. That sucks. But I also think you shouldn't use the ability to have a relationship as a way to come up, because it causes all of this conflict. For guys, relationship ain't just a way to get sex on a regular basis, and for women, relationships are not a way to get free shit. So when you separate that part of it, I think it'll work out better. Now I'm out.